Live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Wow, the fans making a lot of noise here inside the arena. The Sacramento Kings are getting settled in. Now look at Memphis's starting group. Trevor Ariza out there with Scola. Then it's Mayo. Then it's Tony Parker. And it's Gasol at the center position. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots. And Green gets it to go. Green's got his team on the board to start the game for Sacramento.
Draymond Green last season slimmed down to about 230 pounds. Pretty remarkable how he's transformed his body since his freshman season at Michigan State.
Parker gets to Ariza. The feed to Gasol. Walker with it. He's picked up by Parker. Dishes it to Green. Parker with the steal. Here's Mayo. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense. And Green, a combo forward, you know, he's able to play the 3 or the 4, and he's a good rebounder. I mean, he's got long arms that help him play effectively against bigger guys, even though he's only about 6'7".
Parker passes to Gasol. Clock at 6. And Green certainly not an elite athlete, Steve, but pretty quick on his feet.
Well, he's a jack of all trades, and I think he's been a pleasant surprise defensively. Just his awareness and his energy, they've really helped him out a lot. He can guard multiple positions for sure. Well, Marc Gasol missed some time last season with injury, but you can see just how important he is to a team when he's gone. I mean, the Grizzlies were nowhere near as imposing when he was sidelined by injury.
Now here's Walker. Fast break Memphis. Shot by Mayo is no good. Kings have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And for Marc Gasol, last season a grade 2 MCL sprain. No surgery required, but he did miss 20 games while recovering, and Memphis struggled during his absence.
And here comes the break. Baamute with the steal. Cousins with it. Scola covering. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy looking. He was not going to get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
Scola sets a screen for Parker. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. And last season for Marc Gasol, a bit of a downturn with his numbers.
Yeah, his rebounding fell off a bit, as did his shooting percentages. We'll see how he bounces back this season. That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on the possession.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, great season for DeMarcus Cousins last year, and an interesting story. His owner asked his countrymen to stuff the ballot box for Cousins so that he could be in the starting 5 of the All-Star game. Didn't quite work out, but he still had a terrific campaign.
Now here's Parker. Left side Ariza. A 3 ball. Gasol dishes to Scola. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Well, the Pacers gave up a lot to acquire Luis Scola from Phoenix last season, especially for a player who probably didn't fit in the Suns' plans anyway. They gave up Miles Plumlee, Gerald Green, and a first-round pick. That shows you how highly they thought of the Argentine power forward. You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he can really get rolling.
Parker kicks to Gasol. Banked in off the glass. And Scola, now 34 years of age. His field goal percentage, Clark, has dropped for 5 straight seasons.
Yeah, and his turnover rate rose last season as well, despite primarily shooting from outside. And I think part of that was the fact that he was a rotational player and a reserve for the first time in his career. He's been a career starter until just last season.
Parker gets to Ariza. Outside Gasol. Floats one. And he gets the bucket. Gasol's got 6.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. The Kings trail by 8. Walker goes in, and Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Parker with it. Mayo, the pass to Parker. Shot clock at 6. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Parker's got 5 now.
They've built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
Green with a screen on Mayo. And stolen by Scola. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
They keep going down low with the ball, and it results in points. They're having their way in the paint.
And it's resulted in a big early lead, too.
And Walker kicks to McLemore. Feeds it to Cousins. No good again that time.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Now here's Parker. 7 points in the game. Ariza outside. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Mayo. And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Here's Walker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Cousins dishes to McLemore. Here's Green. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there. It's now been 8 years since the Kings have played postseason basketball, and the path back to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, is not getting any easier anytime soon.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Vonleh's checked in for Scola. And it's Carter in for O.J. Mayo. The Kings trail by 14. Gasol against Cousins. Outside, Walker. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Parker kicks to Carter. Back to Parker. And Carter has it in the corner. Gasol setting the pick for Parker.
Tony could well be the best point guard penetrator in the game. And he's great at finding the seam and getting the ball up and off glass before the shot blocker can recover. And once the ball hits the glass and comes, off. It's a no-touch zone for the defender.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
Walker the pass to Mbamute. Walker dishes to Mbamute. And it's Walker penetrating. Count it from 12.
And Parker with the quickness to win that race to the rim, and then his great touch, able to use English or, just the spin on the ball to drop it in. Even when the defense gets there early, it seems like Parker's able to use that teardrop.
And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Parker left side. Shot clock at 6. And the baseline jumper, no good.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
And Walker kicks to McLemore. It's blocked.
He's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And Ariza with the stuff.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
Here's Cousins. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Marc Gasol. And for Parker now coming into his 30s, the question, how will his game, so based on speed, Clark, and elusiveness, how will it age?
Well, I think that's a fair question. His game is not as much athleticism as it is those attributes of speed and quickness and elusiveness. I think the elusiveness can hang around for a while. The speed will go. But the fact he's improved as a jump shooter, I think will continue to allow him to be pretty good at getting to the rim.
Now, here's Vonleh. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And it's Carter missing.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
No good from Cousins. Carter on the wing. It's tipped. Knocked loose. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Vonleh setting the pick for Brooks. 5 to shoot. Here's Adams. Great D that time from Green. Out of bounds, Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession. James Jones, he's checked in for Mbamute. The Kings trail by 12. Now here's Walker. Left side Walker. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Johnson. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. .137 left to play in the first quarter. Brooks, the pass to Vonleh. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
The Kings making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Sacramento making some changes. Seraphin comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And David Lee is subbed in for Green. The Kings shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Johnson outside. There's the 3. That's good. Johnson's got it back down to within single digits for the Kings.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Now here's Brooks. Looking for his first basket still in this one. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Ennis with the ball. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Ennis kicks to Lee. Puts it up from 17.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
And they go to the intentional foul.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute. The Grizzlies were never picked to be a powerhouse in the West last year, but boy, you've got to give that team and that organization an awful lot of credit, because they clearly were a team that nobody out West wanted to play.
Blocked. Carter outside. Out to Brooks. Back to Carter. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
And he's good on the second. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the score. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Sacramento. Ennis out there with Johnson. Then it's Jones. Then it's Kevin Seraphin. And it's Lee in at the 4.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Lee's got his first bucket in this one.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Vonleh's hitting the pick for Brooks. Passes it to Vonleh. 6 on the shot clock. Gallinari dishes to Adams. And down it goes, jamming that one home. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
And it's Lee penetrating. No good. And Memphis the other way now. At one point, they led by 16.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint. And that bucket adds to what's been a big differential in points in the paint between these two teams.
Defensively, the intensity just hasn't been there. They've got to pick up the pace.
Jones sets the pick for Ennis. And the Grizzlies leading by 13. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Tony Parker is now an elder statesman in the NBA. His father feels as if he's been a mature force since he started playing at the French Training Institute. Parker's father said, quote, "I don't think you can get any more mature than that. Leaving home at 14, you have to become a man on your own." Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
Tremendous dedication to the game. It's great to remember just how far he's come.
Carter. And another basket for Memphis. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And they're getting out in transition, too, finding some easy points on the fast break.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Well, Danilo Gallinari back in action after missing all of last season after surgery to repair his meniscus back in 2013. 9 months later, it was decided that he needed an ACL reconstruction as well. So it's been a tough couple of seasons for Gallinari.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Mbahumute comes in for James Jones. And it's Kemba Walker in for Ennis.
And for Gallinari, pretty mobile for a 6'10 player. But coming back from major knee surgery, that's usually a 1.5-year process. We'll have to see how that impacts his game going forward.
Brooks, the best the card. And the call goes against Wesley Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And it's Brooks in the corner. There's the double team with Walker. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Adams from the baseline. Here's Vonleh. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And both free throws good for Vonleh. The Gallinari that came into the NBA as a great three-point shooter, that percentage dropped year after year as he became, Steve, more of a slasher.
Yeah, and he might look to rewind and go back to that outside shot more as his knee takes time to get back to 100%.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Brooks against Johnson. His first shot coming late. And there's Gallinari on the assist by Brooks.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now here's Walker. It's Lee, top of the key. And that one's good. Lee's got 6 in the quarter.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
Brooks with it. He's picked up by Walker. Doubled by Lee. And Gallinari kicks to Brooks. Out to Carter. Back to Brooks. Here's Adams. Pass to Gallinari. To the wing on the left. There's the dish to Brooks. Here's Vonleh. Rebound by the Kings.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Walker dishes to Lee. Here is Mbahumute. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
The Kings really happy to stay in Sacramento, but looking forward to their new downtown home. A couple of these seasons off yet. As well as the fans have supported this team, cowbells and all, this arena is one of the oldest in the league.
Sacramento making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Draymond Green comes in for David Lee. And McLemore subbed in for Mbahumute. Nobody near Parker. Gets an open look and hits. Parker's got 9. And the Kings ownership, give them credit. Even as they have begun construction on the new downtown arena, they've invested here in the meantime.
Yeah, new lounges, Wi-Fi. They're making the investment in the fan experience, which I think is important. Really trying to provide the best experience possible for their faithful.
Ariza outside. Outside for Jefferson. Nobody near Parker.
Tony Parker.
Drops in the tray. 12 points for him.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
And Walker kicks to McLemore. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. McLemore's got his first 2 points.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Parker passes to Jefferson. Back to Parker. Good looking screen by Gasol. Parker dishes to Gasol. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Just 5 to shoot. Parker kicks to Jefferson. No good on the triple. The Kings trail by 18. Johnson in the corner. Here's Green. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
2 shots.
Well, they don't expect a lot from him at the foul line. He was in that range below 70% last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
Now here's Ariza. Jefferson attacking, and they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Kings have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. And Walker kicks to McLemore. Here's Cousins. Nails the baby hook. Cousins has got 7.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
In the corner, it's Jefferson. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. The Kings trail by 16. Outside, Walker releases. It's rebounded by Memphis. Skola's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Kemba Walker, quick, got great handle on the ball. He's a blur in transition. And what I like about him, he's always looking to push the tempo for easy baskets, and he's tough, not afraid of the moment.
To the right side. And it's sent back by Jefferson.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
Here's Parker. He's got 12. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Johnson attacking. Runner in the lane. That's good. Johnson's got 5.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Outside, Scola. He kicks to Jefferson. He dishes it to Parker. Back to Jefferson. Baseline try. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Here's Walker. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
I thought they did a better job of getting it inside in the first. I mean, they were conscious of throwing that ball in the paint and attacking the rim.
It was a little strange to see a coaching change for the Grizzlies last year after they were a playoff team, but it worked out for them.
Yeah, I was surprised by that as well. I thought Lionel Hollins did a terrific job. A lot of people questioned what they were thinking, making that switch, but they were able to keep the momentum going after losing Gasol for a segment of the season due to a knee injury.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Memphis coach Dave Yeager paid dues for years coaching in the minor leagues. But he did more than coach. He was the GM, ticket vendor, business manager, and halftime act. He said he loved the passion and spirit of that work, but there were also tough times. Guys, those struggles helped prepare him for where he is today.
A long road, but he's here now. Thanks, Doris.
And for the Grizzlies, changing their head coach prior to last season, it can be a big risk, but they needed to do something, they felt, and it worked out well for them.
The Kings have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight, 6 of 9 to be exact.
Yeah, basically a middle-of-the-road type free throw shooting team, about 76% a year ago.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Mayo's checked in. Now here's Parker. 12 points for him. Scola, a screen on Walker. Scola left side. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Now, Scola's got 5 now.
Well, with Memphis, when you change coaches, particularly after a playoff run, it doesn't always work out in your favor. Denver found that out last year, but things went well for the Grizzlies even after a slow start.
Here's Mayo. Finishes the break with a slam.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
To the left wing. Here's McLemore. Rejected by Gasol. And so we conclude the first half. Grizzlies out in front, up by 15. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
They've been ineffective in disrupting Parker's game. He has 12 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
It shows you what an intelligent defender he can be on the ball. He really understands the game.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. It's been a clinic from Tony Parker.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Mayo out there with Tony Parker. Then it's Scola. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Gasol at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Ariza gets to Gasol. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And Bahamute's checked in for the Kings. The inside. Stoll is there. Lee gets the bucket.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Parker kicks to Ariza. Back to Parker. Ariza outside. Memphis moving that ball around. Offensive rebound. The Kings trail by 15. Now Ennis. Pass to McLemore. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Here's Ennis. He feeds it to McLemore. Clock at 6. Kicks to Ennis. Lee trying to get open. And there's Ennis on the assist from McLemore. Ennis has got his second basket. And here is Parker. 12 points for him. Skolak gets to Ariza. The three. It's rebounded by Seraphin. Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Ennis with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Ennis with the ball. Here's Lee. And he banks in the layup. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
And they made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Now the feed to Gasol. Knocked away. Ariza outside. Dishes it to Parker. Shoots from the elbow. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half. Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there, Parker.
And so they foul intentionally. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Gasol passes to Ariza. Gasol setting the pick for Ariza. Shot clock at 6.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just 1 make in their 5 attempts.
Nobody near Parker. And the 3 ball is good. Parker's got 15 points.
And that's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Now here's Ennis. From the top of the key, buries the jump shot. 6 points for him. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Parker outside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Ennis. Feeds it to McLemore. Now the pass to Ennis. Parker with the steal. Mayo left side. It's stolen by Ennis. Passes to McLemore.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Gasol screen. Ariza kicks to Gasol. There's McLemore. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
That's the way you creep back into a game. Get those key stops, push it down the floor with your transition game.
It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gasol dishes to Ariza. Good. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Parker outside. Ariza outside. Back to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to find Scola. He's got it now. He with the block. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Carter, he's checked in for O.J. Mayo. Knocks it loose. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. For Sacramento, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Lee. And the layup's good off the glass. Lee's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Carter outside. Back to Parker. Lets it go with a 3. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. And that's 18 points for Tony Parker. Ennis gets to Lee. Trying to get open at Seraphin. No good from Lee.
Well, the Kings definitely have a lot of scores on their roster, but they've said it and understand they need to be more unselfish offensively. And last season, they took a step back in that regard, even fewer assists per game, actually near the bottom of the league.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And the Kings, for 4 seasons running, in the bottom 5 teams in assists per possession.
Well, that tells me what they're trying to do, which is score a little too often in isolation. They've got the talent offensively, but they've got to move the ball. They'll become much harder to defend that way.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Gasol. Bonley comes in for Luis Scola. Gallinari, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Brooks in for Parker. Johnson, that's for 2. That's short off the rim.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Now here's Brooks. 5 on the clock. Here's Adams. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. Adams has got 6 points.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Cousins with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Walker the pass to Cousins. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Pass to Brooks. Conley setting the pick for Brooks. Carter outside. Knocks it loose. Out to Brooks. Trying to find Gallinari and gets it to him. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You have to give credit to the Grizzlies for being right in the playoff race to the very end last season. Certainly nobody wanted to see them in the first round.
Lee's checked in for Green. Boy, you said it, the Grizzlies were the team that nobody wanted to see in the first round, and they showed why with a great series against the Thunder.
Well, they took the Thunder to 7 games. They actually had a 3-2 advantage in that series, but couldn't pull it off. Still a great showing for the Grizzlies as that 7 seed.
Looking at David Lee, you know, guys, the one thing that really stands out about him, and there's a lot, but a very well-rounded offensive game.
Well, he's so mobile. He's an ambidextrous finisher around the rim. He can step out and hit that mid-range jumper. You know, the ability to use both hands kind of reminds me of you, Kevin, how you sometimes hold the mic in your left hand, sometimes with the right.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, one thing about Steve, he is observant. You know that. He doesn't miss much.
Defensive foul.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Brooks dishes to Vonleh. Stolen by Walker. At the elbow, Lee from 18 feet away. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And that's 15 points for David Lee.
And David Lee is great playing off the ball in the pick and roll. He really is one of the very best at that particular skill. He can put it on the deck, handles it in many ways like a guard in 6-7 dribble situations. And with his passion, he can punish the defense for trying to help and double team him.
There's the dish to Lewis. Kings moving the ball around. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is get down now to just 11 on the basket from Johnson. Memphis has gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
And you talk about Lee's versatility. He can score with his back to the basket or facing up. A real triple threat from the high post.
Clock at 4. Carter drives in. Brooks misses. On offense, here are the Kings. They've got an 8-0 run. And Walker kicks to Lewis. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Things are really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Not sure where it was before, but better late than never.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. The Kings making a switch here. Green's checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Vonleh. And it's Jefferson in for Gallinari. Now here's Brooks. Outside Jefferson. Stolen by Lewis. On the wing, Johnson. Cannot hit. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Carter drives in. Brooks outside. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. Carter's got 4 assists in the game. The Kings trailed by 11. Brooks against Walker. Cousins, the pass to Walker. Back to Cousins. Good work defensively by Smith. Memphis has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. The shot's good from Carter. Carter's got 7.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Outside, Walker. What a play! Simply cranes it in at the buzzer.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Grizzlies lead by 11. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. The Kings trail by 11. Draymond Green is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Kemba Walker. Then it's Johnson. And it's Lewis in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. The Grizzlies shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Johnson right side. Lewis outside. Johnson with it. And it's Carter picking him up. And Cousins gets it to go.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Memphis leading by 12. Brooks dishes to Carter. Back to Brooks. Smith sets the pick for Brooks. Clock at 6. And Jefferson wide open. He shoots. Again, the miss by Jefferson.
He's just been ice cold. I mean, he cannot find the range.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
And Carter has it in the corner. And it's Memphis with another.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Stolen by Carter. For the finish. Shot is blocked. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession. And Mbamute is checked in for Sacramento. Ben McLemore comes in for Johnson. Timeout called by the Kings.
The Kings didn't have a lot of things go right for them last season, but one thing that did go well for them was how tough they played at home, and that's something you can build on.
Lee's checked in for Sacramento. Vonleh's checked in for Memphis. Mayo comes in for Vince Carter. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Tyrone Corbin had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Brooks kicks to Jefferson. Back to Brooks. Outside Mayo. He dishes it to Jefferson. On the wing, Brooks. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. He kicks to Mayo. Outside Jefferson. And it's Brooks in the corner. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Grizzlies lead by 17.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
So it's Sacramento. Lee passes to Walker. From downtown, Grizzlies with the rebound. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Mayo kicks to Brooks. Right side, Mayo. Back to Brooks. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Fires from deep. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Vonleh. Alinari comes in for Richard Jefferson. And it's Carter in for O.J. Mayo.
Winning or not, it's not going to be a happy locker room when we get to halftime. I mean, they've had a lot of turnovers, and that's not acceptable.
Hey, I'm sure they're going to hear about that from the coaching staff. They're very fortunate, actually, to be leading this game right now.
Sacramento making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Outside Scola. Pass to Mayo. And stolen by Cousins. And the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, Memphis. Here in the fourth, 4 points. Johnson kicks to McLemore. In low to Cousins. Gasol with the steal.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point. Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Ariza brings the double.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Here's Parker. Scola, a screen on Walker. Jumper off the screen. And Scola with the basket on the assist by Parker.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
In the corner, it's McLemore. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Johnson outside. Grizzlies with the rebound. Scola's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Outside Mayo. Back to Scola. Wide open look. Again Memphis. The Kings trail by 21. Kicks to Cousins. Gasol with the steal. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
That's his second personal.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking and coming away with steals.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Cousins. And Bahamute comes in for Johnson. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for McLemore. And it's Ennis in for Kemba Walker. Lewis checked in for David Lee. Carter, he's checked in for Memphis. Here is Bahamute. They get it back.
That's not his shot there, guys. And whether you play D on him or not, he's usually going to miss that one.
Parker outside. He feeds it to Gasol.
You know Gasol is playing well. He's got 10 points and 3 blocks. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
Well, he's been so active on the court at both ends and really playing a nice game.
You know, if you look back at the Grizzlies season last year, it'd be hard not to say it was a case of them not getting out of the gate as strongly as they wanted to, and then the injury to Gasol creating a situation where they never quite fully caught up.
And that one's good. And that's now 11 points for Vince Carter. The feed to Dellavedova. Fades and shoots. Lewis misses. Well, guys, talking about Memphis again, they were a team that many thought had a chance to finish in the top half of the Western Conference. But, Steve, they ended up just sneaking into the playoffs.
But what a run they went on after the All-Star break when they got healthy. You know, they looked like they were dead in the water, but they won enough games after the break to get to that 7th spot. And we know how tough the Western Conference was. Now they've gotten something out of just about every possession, and their defense has been just as good. Masterful performance across the board.
And don't forget, on the road, too.
Dellavedova, that's good.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3-ball. They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
Parker kicks to Carter. Shot off the pick. And it's Carter again missing. Sacramento's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Dishes to Mba Amute. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Shot clock at 5. Here's Lewis. There's the pass to Dellavedova. Lewis on the way. Got a piece of it. Now Ennis. Over to the left wing. Dellavedova. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Parker dishes to Gasol. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
You know, every team in the league loves to have good size in the middle, but it does seem like the league is getting tougher for big men. You know, the help defenses now, the allowance of zone defenses, you can sort of load up on players. It can inhibit a big man's ability to attack because you can see double teaming even before he's gotten the ball. But it's made for great strategy, and I really like the new rules.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Gasol. Bonley comes in for Luis Scola. Gallinari, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Brooks in for Parker. Lewis sets the pick for Ennis. Lewis attacking. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Joseph, he's checked in for Memphis. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Carter, the pass to Joseph. They set the pick. Fires, high post. And he gets it to go. And as the game has required more movement, Clark, we're seeing big guys try to slim down.
And yeah, big men with agility are at a premium, but also it takes a little bit of the stress and strain off the joints. As few as 5 to 10 pounds less can make a big difference, and that's huge for big guys.
Shot's good for Seraphin.
Now they'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can get, guys.
And here is Joseph. Carter sets the pick for Joseph. 4 on the clock. The fadeaway. Carter with the bucket. Carter's got 10 points in just the second half.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Parker. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come up with steals and get extra possessions for his team.
The shot's good from Carter.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Lewis kicks to Ennis. Puts it up from 12. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Well, this one is winding down now. Memphis can watch the clock run out. Joseph with the ball. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win.